Hey, Jeffe on the spot here, and today I wanted to talk about garlic. You probably searched for minced garlic or crushed garlic or processing garlic, and you got to this video, and hopefully I can be helpful to you today. If you're not sure how to buy garlic, when you go to the store, you definitely want to buy it in the head form. It's in a large bulk section, and you want to pick that head up, and you want to kind of feel it, make sure that it's nice and firm, it's not mushy, there's no mold growing on the head of garlic, and then there's no green sprout coming out of the top. Those are the things you want to look for. And when you bring it home, what I do is I just bring it home in the bag, and then I put it into a Ziploc bag, and I store that at the bottom in the back of my pantry where it's cool and dark, and that garlic will last up to about a month. You really want to work with fresh garlic, and if it starts getting mushy or you start to see those green sprouts come out, go ahead and discard it. I know that we're kind of spoiled here where I live in California, and we're paying anywhere from a quarter to 50 cents at the most for a garlic head, and it's just worth it to get fresh garlic. It's going to make your recipes that much better, and you'll be able to reap the health benefits that come with cooking with fresh garlic. When you're at the store, try to avoid buying the garlic that's already skinned. It comes in a bag of cloves. It is convenient, but it's not the same as working with it in its fresh form. And certainly want to stay away from, I do anyway, the crushed garlic that's already pre-crushed for you or pre-minced in a jar. Not really what you're after. Garlic is the kind of thing you want to break that clove out of the head, crush that, take that skin off, and work with it from that point. You're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck if you do that. So when I first started working with the garlic, I found it kind of tedious, kind of hard, and I didn't understand how to do it, how easy it can be, especially today. There's a lot of little gadgets out there that can make working with garlic a lot easier. In its basic form, you're pulling it off of the head, and it's kind of messy. This white flaky skin is really messy. So have a bowl or a trash can handy so you can pull that light flaky skin off, and then you pull the clove off of the head. Now, in the basic form, or the easiest way to do it, the way that most chefs do it, is you take your chef's knife, you place the garlic clove on the cutting board, and you kind of pound down with your fist, and you'll see that the skin cracks and comes right off, and it's separated from the garlic clove. So now we have the beautiful, and it releases that aroma, that wonderful garlic, fresh garlic smell, real easy. And at that point, we'll go on to how to chop garlic in just a moment. One of the tools that I like to use is this meat tenderizer. It's stainless steel, about the size of a hockey puck with a handle. And normally you're pounding out meat with this, but also, when you put your head of garlic on the board and pound down on it, that's another way to do it. And then, of course, there's this interesting little garlic skinner. Real easy. You place your garlic clove. It's hollow, so you place your garlic clove inside, and then you place your palm on top, and you roll it back and forth, and you'll feel that skin come right off, separates. It's really easy, really cool little tool. Any way you want to get to the point where you've got your head of garlic that doesn't have the clove on it. Now, at the very end, there's a rough little crunchy little part, and you want to cut that off before you start going any farther. So you've got a nice clean garlic clove, and about the size of my thumb to the first knuckle. If you're working with cloves of that size, you'll find that they're a lot easier to work with. And at that point, you can kind of cut it like an onion. You can slice it on the horizontal, and then you kind of go vertical, and then you turn it, and then you can just chop, 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 chop. I like using my ceramic knife at that point. The ceramic knife is lightweight and extremely sharp, and it works really well when chopping garlic. You can also use, of course, the big chef's knife, and there's a whole technique where you set the blade on top of the cutting board, and then you rock back and forth, and you can really get the chopping going, and you'll see that your garlic is now mincing down into smaller and smaller pieces, which a lot of recipes call for. There's also a gadget out there. Let me just wash my hands real quick. Out there called a garlic press, and there's a whole bunch of different types of garlic press. I bought this one because it's got two purposes. It's got actually a way to slice garlic and a way to crush garlic. So there's two little pockets here, and if you place a garlic clove in the one pocket and then simply grasp that together, you will see that it slices the garlic really nice for you. And if you put your garlic in this other pocket here and close the handle, it mashes the garlic down to where it's nice and minced, and then there's no chopping involved, and you're pretty much ready to go at that point. There's also this neat little, well, if you use a microplane, I usually use this for a hard Parmesan cheese, but you can certainly use it for garlic. Just rest the end, hold the handle, rest the end on your cutting board, and rub your garlic back and forth on that, and it turns it into a nice paste. That's a really, really easy way to do it. And note, when you get to that paste form, that garlic is intensified. It really, really has a lot of flavor, and you'll notice that, wow, you can really smell the intensity of that garlic. So you can use less, you don't need to use as much. I was at a grape farmer's market down in San Diego, and I found this neat little tool. It's kind of the same premise as the microplane. It turns it into a paste more than it is into a chopped. So you take your garlic head and you simply rub that head back. This little plate has little ribs on top of it, and you simply rub the garlic back and forth, and it turns it into a really nice paste. And it was kind of fun. It came with this little brush, and the brush is the way to get the paste garlic out of the little grooves in the bowl. Love that. So there's a couple different ways to get garlic into its cooking form. Don't be intimidated by garlic. It takes a while, to get used to. You'll see most professional chefs love to get their hands dirty with garlic and chop it with their chef's knife, and that's awesome. But you certainly don't have to do that. You're still going to get the benefits of garlic, the health benefits, if you use something like a garlic press, a microplane, or this fun little tool itself. Do note that one of the neat things that I like about this particular meat tenderizer, and I can't explain how this works, but if you take your hands, and mine smell like reek of garlic right now because I've been processing garlic. If you rub a stainless steel item on your hands and have garlic, and you do that underwater, you'll note and I, again, don't know how it works, no garlic smell. And you can use your knife, your stainless steel knife. It's kind of dangerous because of the blade, obviously. That's why I like using the meat tenderizer, because it doesn't have a sharp edge. But hey, one little tip. Jeffe on the spot here. I hope I was helpful for you today, and come back for another segment soon. Thanks. Bye now.